Of the Badlands. The ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Alright, we're going to get this playthrough started in a couple seconds here. All right. One day I'll actually try to beat that.
Oh, yeah. Come to the lands. Of course, you unfortunate without guide you are fate. Lakani. Are you familiar? You may also that. It will lead even if it. Great. To castles, the home. It's a castle if you.
Alright, so we're just exhausting this guy's dialogue. Which is done. We can move on. And they're gonna tell me how to play Elden Ring like I don't beat this game every weekend. Gold Rune 2. We're going to get the Grace Site here. Grab that smithing stone that's on the table and talk to Kale.
And I can also that you're not then. Why not? I am Kale. I am selling where the land has its only time. Let's say goodbye for now.
Alright, so we're done with him for the time being. I haven't started too many builds with the astrologer, to be honest, but I do like the big stats in mind and intelligence right off the bat. It's probably a really easy character to get overpowered with real quick, as we're about to find out. So we're going to grab this Grace Site and grab our horse off Melina. We're just going to skip that.
Have you heard? They sir, but you. I can play turning route to aid you. You need own to the foot. Then it summon me. Ah, I bequeathed. Use it. It will summon Torrent. Treat him with.
And because we started with the golden seed as our keepsake, we have a extra flask charge. And we're gonna just get out of here. Then we're gonna equip the whistle for Torin. And we are going to continue. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Forgot to get the map and the wet blade as well. So we've got the map and the wet blade and an Ash of War. If there's any newbies watching, Ashes of War are special skills you can add to your weapon, and the whetstone knife actually allows you to put those Ashes of War onto your weapon. We're just going to avoid all this nonsense for the time being. Grab our golden seed, take a hard right, head over here, grab the smithing stones. 3 smithing stone 1s right there. Then double back towards the path and get the Stormhill Shack, Site of Grace. Up here's a stone sword key. And then we'll talk to Roderica.
Everyone, only to have their... Did you know? It's quite a... You're all up and heading to enticed. Well, that... But I don't have... It's scared. I want to... I'm nothing but... Can you tell... The poor thing does... And it'll be glad... It will. Tell them I love them finally get...
Alright, so we're done talking to her. Now we're going to get some gold runes and some more smithing stones. Sometimes I go up there and grab the Strength Knot crystal tier, but I don't really need it. So anytime you see these coffins, there's usually a bunch of gold runes to grab. There we go. Come on now. Pick it up. There you go. Oops. I've gotten used to Night Rain again, so I'm used to the square button on the PS5 controller being the flash charge automatically, but it's not. Alright, so over here there's smithing stones 1 and 2 in a statue up here, and we got to get one of these guys to run over the statue and break it. So we'll just aggro him a little bit and then run behind the statue. And this big dumbass will just run over it, safely avoid him, grab the smithing stones, and then be on our merry way. And if we head straight up here, there is a Site of Grace that we'll get. And then we'll talk to this other NPC, which is Bernal.
Names, but let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm? Despite honest such that there's nothing any interest. All I know now's the time. There's a meant to find to that's how it grants. Not floating.
All right. So then I like to cross the path over here. And then ride up this cliff here. There's a knight at the top, and he has a scripted drop of the Ash of War Golden Vow. So as soon as you defeat him, you'll get Golden Vow. Oh, we got his armor right off the bat. That's nice. Yeah, definitely much better than what we're wearing right now. Sweet. Love when that happens. Every now and then I like to just take one of these guys out. Not waste too much time on it, but, you know, just try to keep the slow, steady flow of runes coming in at the beginning of the game. Here's a gold rune up here. Gold rune 3. As well as a talisman up here. So this is the Lance Talisman. So when it's equipped, it enhances attacks that are done off horseback. Which this opening part of the game, honestly, a lot of what we do is on horseback, just because we're racing around trying to collect a bunch of shit, and we want to, you know, be able to do some damage while we're on the horse. Alright, so we're stopping here. There's just something I want to grab in the Death Touch Catacombs. And we're going to avoid all the skeletons. And avoid everything. And we're going to grab the Uchigatana. And that will be kind of our melee weapon for the time being. I'll just rest there so the skeletons stop following me and I can replenish my flasks. I'll start Alexander's quest line.
I'm stuck. I at these. I just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all.
There we go.
Oh, that's mighty. Well, I and beyond and upon this, I'd heard doesn't of them. I'm to Redmane come. I've heard there's to be.
All right. Thank you, Alexander. Moving on, there's a gray site down here, as well as a smithing stone on the bridge. Two smithing stone ones to be exact. There's a merchant over here.
Oh, are you here as a customer?
As you can see, he doesn't really have anything that's too cool. Alright. Then we're gonna go talk to Big D.
I'm known as Deed My. The village here and worse if you valid. The village turn back.
Alright, see you later, Big D. Alright, we got our gray site. I don't really have a use for the Beast Clergyman right now, so we're not gonna fight the Tibia Mariner. We'll leave Grandpa to putter around in his boat for a while. Alright, we'll quickly grab the green turtle talisman. And then in these ruins just off to the left here, near the cliff edge, there's gold rune 4, we'll grab that. And then we will head down to the Third Church America here to get the Wondrous Physic Flask as well as Sacred Tear. I have no use for Sacred Blade, but that's what that Ash of War is inside that scarab. Sacred Blade is just a holy projectile that comes from your weapon when you slash it. And then it gives you like a holy buff as well. Alright, well, we might as well start filling the Wondrous Physic. Alright, so anytime you see these candles here, they will lead you to a location of interest. Alright, so there's another piece of the map here. Over here is a cookbook that you want to grab and then get the fuck out. I don't really have any use for that either. So we'll progress Blyde's quest line later. There's a gold rune 2 here, as well as a smithing stone 2. So we can grab that. As well as these Trina's lilies. And then we're going to get out of here. So there's another merchant over here. Basically just the only thing I buy from him is cookbooks.
I'm hungry.
Purchase. So yeah, he's got Warrior's Cookbook 5 and Armorer's Cookbook 3. So that's pretty good. I mean, that axe is kind of trash. Those shields are meh. Then we are going to get the Fort Height Site of Grace. There's a golden seed out front of Fort Height that we'll run up and get. So this is basically the best way to start out your game. It is just running around trying to stack up smithing stones, flasks, and flask charges, and the sacred tears to increase the amounts your flasks replenish, and as well as gold runes, just so you can kind of get all your leveling up out of the way before, well, get a lot of leveling up out of the way before you even enter a boss fight. So, there we go. We got all the smithing stone, or not smithing stones, gold runes out of that. Gonna be on our way. And we're just gonna head up this cliff here. And there is a spirit spring right here that will take us up this cliff where we'll get some more gold runes. Perfect. And then, if we head north from those coffins there, there is this, which is the Gold Pickles Fowl's Foot, which is pretty important to what we're going to do here in a minute. Then I like to head back over this bridge to grab the nearest grace site. Oh, and we can start Bach the Seamster's questline.
Help us out, Cully.
He got turned into a tree.
What'd you go? Some clock. You were just thank you. I was pushing. I ended up. Oh, when they and so this is. I hope.
All right.
Or I couldn't then. Right. I'm.
All right. We've heard all he has to say. So now we are going to head back to grab this grace site here. And then we're going to head east, kind of northeast. There is a camp with a bunch of Cadans and wolves. We're just going to steal this cookbook and be on our way. And from there, just down this cliff site's another grace site, which we will grab. From said site of grace, we just ride on down here. Take this spirit spring up, and right there's the artist shack. Where we got a smithing stone 1. We'll examine the painting, which gives the gives you the location of a hidden item. And then from that site of grace, once again, we're going to keep heading northeast. And then just off to the side here, there's some rocks that we're just going to fall down to. And then we've got more of these coffins with gold runes, except these ones also have this, which is a very crucial cookbook in the entire game because it gives you the ability to craft sleeping pots. And sleeping pots are essential in any of the fights with any of the god skins. Alright, so we might as well head up and talk to this dummy over here.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the...
Ah, well, that's... No. Despite you might have heard of me, I'm tarnished. I want you to take a night What, my fort? Oh, I see. Fret not. Celebrate. Yes, I would that depraved... Honestly, Godric's first, then he... And to think... Yeah. What are you... My fort?
There we go. So his dialogue is exhausted. We can get a site of grace down here. And then we're going to make our way down to Weeping Peninsula. Alright. So just off to the side of this bridge here, you can get your first Somber Stone. And then because this, well... I was going to go start Sorceress Sellen's questline, but because we're so underleveled, our weapon is shite. I'm going to wait till We get our stats up to par. So I just like to draw out fire from that big thing right there, make a miss, and then just safely ride across the bridge. So you got a gold rune 2, a smithing stone 2. The mighty shot Ash of War. Actually just going to rest at this grace site real quick. Go up to this spirit spring. And then I like to jump up to this tower because you can get the great turtle shell shield, which is actually a pretty good shield for early game. Alright, we've got to find 3 turtles. So that's one. Second one is just hiding out in the bush here. And then the third one is just down in the water here. You won't be able to see it, but it'll make like a splash. Yeah, right there. There's number 3. Alright, so if we go up the ladder, we'll get a memory stone. Memory stones are slots for how many spells you can memorize at a time. So everyone begins the game essentially with 2. We now have 3. Then we're going to make our way back down the spirit spring. Start heading towards Castle Morn. For a few things. First we'll grab the map. Then over here on this cliff, there is a golden seed. Then if we head over to this side, make our way through the poopy water here. And head down to the beach. You'll see this assortment of jellyfish. There's a somber smithing stone 2. So now we have number 1 and number 2. And now we're going to get out of here. That's the poison mist incantation. All right, so from the wall, we're gonna make a left. And kind of just continue along the path. Till we find this church here. There's the Flame of the Frenzy incantation. And another sacred tear. We're gonna just grab our goodies and go. There's also a really crappy shield in that village if you want to waste your time with that. I don't really want to. So now we're going to head down this path, and then we are going to take a left. There is a Trina's Lily in here. And then if we just keep hugging the rocks here, this is our grace site. It's a pretty central one to get a lot of things done, so it's always worth grabbing. We're just going to jump over this dude, head across the bridge. Take a couple of these guys out, because why not? Sometimes you can get them to drop a Guardian Sword Spear, which is a very, very good early game weapon. Alright, so this is the Church of Pilgrimage. Grab our grace site here. Grab Sacred Tear. Alright, this is what we're here for, the blood grease. There's also another shield here, the gilded iron shield. I know, that's super exciting. Ooh, a glowing skull. I say this every week, but anytime you see a glowing skull, just run over it with your horse, and you get a gold rune 1. So it's about the easiest 200 runes you'll ever make in this game. Then we are going to continue on because there's another church up here. This is the 4th Church America, I believe. I'm not going to bother fighting any of those guys right now. Grab the gray site and the sacred tier. We're going to sell him all our gold runes that we've acquired thus far. We're going to make one purchase, and that's the lamp, because it is definitely one of the most important things you can pick up in this game. Alright, so we got more gold runes. That's pretty much the loop of all of Limgrave to get all the loot we want from here. So that's a good chunk of the map we've already covered. I'm going to head back to the Church of Ella.
This way, tarnished. May I
And
have a pleasure? I am
talk to Ronnie.
I'd heard and upon the talk I so art was to call forth. Ah, I was entrusted by Torrent's former. 'Tis a bell of course summoned there the spirits will now it is that. I doubt we shall again. How long will it be for the tarnished tire of obeisance to the 2 fingers?
So we can definitely up our flasks quite a bit. And we're going to allocate flask charges, and we're going to give 1 to FP. I don't need to talk to Melina. Talk to this guy.
Go back. The howl, I suppose. Next time you hear them, don't try just having ink. There are, if the mood, my people, which is why, but thanks, I think this makes up your people. Perhaps you see that we have a saying, lament not, but that is our castaway.
Then we'll get our crafting kit right off the bat. We'll get some cracked pots. And we'll buy his cookbooks because they're cheap. Boom.
Goodbye.
Next, we're gonna go into some stats here. Oh, we're definitely going to want some vigor, some endurance. And 18 intelligence. And we'll put the rest into vigor. So now, I want to go back to the Summon Water Village. Outskirts site of Grace. And that reminds me, it's time to unequip that weapon. Equip that. We're also going to want to equip our lantern that we just bought, as well as our spirit summons. Okay, so now we're dialed in. Now it's time to head to Caelid. Man, going from Night Rain to just regular Elden Ring, everything just seems so slow. So we'll rest here at this grace site. Actually, we won't rest here. We're just going to get this grace site. Grab the little goodies that are around here. And there's also a gold rune 3 in here. And more gold runes. Just up and over this little hill here. There we go. Now we are going to carry on through Caelid. That is a fire incantation, which I have no use for. So we'll go here, grab this gray site, and quickly move on. I really don't feel like being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus wolf. Quickly grab this gray site. It's a chunk of the map. So now we just look for this fiery wall and follow it all the way up to where we're looking to go. Now we're going to go to this enormous dragon here. Give him a few hack and slashes. What we want to do is apply our blood grease. So really trying to proc bleeds. And that's how you take this guy out real quick. Actually, and we could equip that as well. Alright, so we'll reapply our blood grease here. And now we've got him down, so we're then gonna take our gold pickle foulfoot here. And there we go. We finished them. Now, there is a way to repeat this process over and over and over and just keep getting 100,000 runes. But I'm not going to show you that. So I think that's a real bullshit way of playing the game. I want to encourage other gamers to, like, actually get good at this game and just play the fucking game, not, you know, look for ways to just cheat it. That's not to say that I don't rune farm, but doing that a bunch of times over at the beginning of the game is just like, it's just so cheesy. Alright, so now that we've got 97,000 runes, it's time to allocate them.
Testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hall, gathering place of tarnished champions. Guided.
I will take you up on that, just not right now.
Shall I turn or let my hand rest upon you? For but a moment, share them with me.
So we're going to get strength up to 12.
Your ambitions.
We're going to go dexterity 18.
You would follow.
We're going to take intelligence to 23 right now. We're going to bring endurance up. Vigor also up. And that's how we're going to spend that. And then we're going to now take her up.
Very well. Let
on
my hand rest upon you.
Going to the Round Table Hold.
I'm glad you those who live all the more. Hello. I'm the honor of one. By the way, she's my servant. Take your eyes off her if you find her. Be sure to tell she's a servant to mine. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tom.
Dialos, what a little pansy.
You're a new fame, no matter how loud you're. That's even nothing special. I'm trapped, that's all there is. No, well, no grudge against my being a... Besides, despite my sides.
Alright, so we're going to upgrade our Uchigatana. And then we're going to move on. We'll talk to this smug piece of shit.
Oh, that counter very well. It is say. Allow you, a house guest. Yet to remember your place, newcomer.
And we'll talk to Brother Corwin.
Welcome to I teach and explore so that one day ensuring all. By the way, you do most time you are well. May the Golden Order shine through you.
Alright, cool. So a few things I get from the Twin Maidens, especially right off the bat, is the Memory Stone. And also I like this armor set. It gives you quite a bit of poise for not very much weight. And also the Stone Sword keys, obviously. And then later on, rune arcs. And so on and so forth. Anyways, so we're going to leave that there. And then from the round table hold, we're going to go to the Stormhill Shack. Oh, how I love Unsheath. Such an underrated Ash of War. Alright, so we're going to head off to Liurnia of the Lakes right now. There we go. Just a couple quick hack and slashes. Just to keep the runes flowing in, you know? Alright, and we'll actually talk to Thops, because we are doing intelligence.
Well, you're a true, my name, presuming you're interested. Only... Apology, I'm afraid. Oh, right, I can tell you. You've seen that? That's the... Only it's done after they did the academy, as you might have guessed, making entry, and so I'm stuck here. When they come... Why not without one? And you'll never... And if you... Once you've... Would you consider... I know it, but still... My place is at the academy.
All right. This merchant's pretty decent, honestly.
Surprised you, no matter. Why don't? Oh, but don't.
Just grab the smithing stone twos. Probably don't need to buy them, honestly. There's way more than enough in Liurnia. So what I like to do is I like to draw these guys out. They're pretty aggressive, so they'll follow you pretty quick. And then just double back and grab the map.
Hello, it's rather my mistress that I was accosted by. Could I ask that thug only if you've any... Oh, what a blessing that the thug should please.
I'm not going to do her quest line right now. Being very careful not to aggro the lobsters. And what I want to do is... Oh damn, I don't have any throwing knives. Item crafting? Oh sweet. Basically, we just want to pop that balloon, and then you get a gold rune 6. We're going to grab another grace site. And another portion of the map. Then we're just going to creep through the Academy Gate town here because there's some stuff we want. Up here, there's a golden seed. In here is more smithing stone 2s. Times 3. Then just around this corner here is more coffins with gold runes, except this is protected by one of these flowers. This one shoots magic projectiles at you, so be mindful of that. There we go. Oh, there is one more. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to head to one of these little gazebo things in the water. Nope, nothing here. I'm thinking of a different area. So we'll grab our glintstone key, which gives us access to Raya Lucaria. It's just behind this giant dragon, so you don't want to spend any more time than you have to. Kind of just want to grab that and GTFO. Next up is more gold runes. Whoa! Trina lilies. We don't pass those up. Trina lilies are for making sleep pots. And I think it's just this one, and then we're done. There we go. So we got all of them. Moving on to more of these bad boys. Oh, my dog's barking her ass off at something. Or she's barking at nothing at all.
Well, I presume you...
So you can buy smithing stone 3s and 4s off this guy if you want. So what we want to do right now is head down to this lake here. And get the Ashmore Hoarfrost Stomp. Because this is an intelligence and dexterity build, I want an intelligence scaling Ashmore. And all the cold attacks scale off intelligence. Now, once again, we're going to get the hell out of here. Alright, and then real quick, we'll just grab a couple of grace sites and some other goodies, and then head back to Caelid. So we've got the Somber Smithing Stone 3. Grab this Spirit Spring all the way up. Grab this Grace Sight. And then travel back to the Calum Ruins Site of Grace. Actually, first, what I'd like to do is put our Ash of War onto our weapon. Grab this Grace Sight here. And we'll start making our way down to the swamp. This is the Grace Site we are looking for. And we're going to head right into the swamp. Right off the bat. Oops. Then we're going to rip into here. Grab the meteorite staff and then get out of here before we get Scarlet Rot. Head over to these ruins over here. And we're going to grab the Rock Sling sorcery. One of the best in the game, honestly. And not overly stat hungry. You only need, I think, 18 intelligence to do it. Alright, and while we're here, we're just going to head up this little valley. Canyon, I guess. And grab the Somber Stone 5. So it's now 1, 2, 3, and 5 we've got. We just need 4, which we'll get in a sec. I didn't even know there was a rune arc there. Huh. That's pretty sweet. Grab the rotten stray ashes. Then we'll head up the stairs here. Running past all the sorcerers. Head up the stairs here. Grab another gold seed. And then GTFO. And then what we're going to do... Oh, man. Head back to our Swamp Shore site of grace. Ow, my fucking back. And then we want to head back up towards the main road. Mm-hmm. Now there's a big dragon sleeping right there. We don't want no part of that right now. But what we do want to do is ride up here and grab us some gold runes. There we go. This is the Dragon Communion Cathedral. All right. We'll talk to this guy. He doesn't really have anything we want right now. So we're going to head down towards Redmane Castle, but we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to quickly grab this golden seed here. All right, so that's basically the, the map for the first 3 locations in the game. Now, want to go back up here. Actually, I want to go to the round table hold and level up.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your arm. The girl you brought here, she's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift. I saw enough in her eyes.
Then while we're here, we might as well just sell off all our gold runes that we've picked up. There we go. And that's good. We'll level up a little bit, get up to at least 20 vigor. And we'll dump the rest into intelligence. So there we go. Now we're going to head back into Caelid. And I'm probably way too underpowered to be doing this, but we're going to do it anyways. Another Somber Stone 2. Actually, I want to rest at that grace site because I forgot to do something. Forgot to make use of our new sorcery. And that sorcery, when paired with the meteorite staff, the meteorite staff boosts gravity sorceries. So, Rock Sling, which is already a pretty badass spell, gets an additional boost. Alright, not much you can do about that. Oh, that's my first time dying. Not bad. I'll come back for that. Oh, Alexander is here. Look at that.
This was supposed to be a dead end, I'm sure. What's going on here?
Oh, crap.
Oh, the esteemed warrior. This was supposed to be a... What's going on? Well, gosh. It's time to the festival. Doesn't the...
Sure. Alright. Yeah, I think, you know, he's still there. Interesting. You're mining cracked crystal. I don't really care about that. Alright, we'll go fight this guy. No buffs, no nothing. Come on, stamina recovery. There we go. Hopefully I can proc another bleed here soon. Yeah, do that. And now we got what we fucking came here for. The Moonveil, baby. That's gonna be our...
It's time the festival doesn't.
It's gonna be our, like, kind of weapon up until, like, mid to late game. What do we want here? Might as well bring endurance up to 15. Cool. And then we will put the Moonveil Katana in that hand. And we'll put our Cold Uchi Katana in the other hand. And then we need a Smithing Stone 4 still. So we'll just quickly go get that. Alright, so if we keep going down these cliffs towards the end of that swamp, there's a dude sitting on the chair here, and he's got a Somber Smithing Stone 4, so let's take that off his hands, and GTFO. Alright, and then we will rip up here.
Read my name is Rob, isn't this around here? I never knew, although I'm still looking for... You're telling I don't believe if I do. I suppose I'll ask my certainly, but I know I can tell.
Well, I took you no matter it's lay out your own.
Do I have anything to sell? Not really.
The cow. Are you out? Dude, absurd. I refuse. I don't.
Alright, so now we've got the Moon Veil at level 5. If we look right now, the Moon Veil at level 5, it's at 359, so that's not bad. And the more we scale into Dex and Intelligence, that'll just keep rising. So that's a pretty good start. So I think we should probably just go beat the shit out of Margit. Because that sounds like a good idea to me. It's been a while since I've taken this thing out for a spin. Oh, she's magnificent. This is actually the weapon I did my first playthrough with. I thought I was far enough away. I feel like this is almost too easy. Oh crap. I fucking changed my weapon, what the shit? Not really cowering in fear. You're dead. Alright. So, we'll just quickly review the build. So we currently have the Moonveil +5. We have the Cold Uchigatana in the offhand at +6. We got a Sacred Dagger just for buffing with Golden Vow. We got the Meteorite Staff. We have the Godric Knight armor with the rest of the astrologers get up. We've got the Green Turtle Talisman. And we don't really have anything in our Wondrous Physic at the moment. But we'll work on that at the next edition of the weekend playthrough. So that's the build. We're currently at Stormvale Castle. But I think we're going to resume the stream at Fort Height. So for everybody who tuned in, thank you. Please drop a comment if there's anything you want to see throughout this build this weekend. And smash that like button and consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. It really helps me out. Appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.